Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be fixing the diffuser for the 370Z. It's currently going through a process where I'm like reinforcing the chassis mount wing. So I had to remove everything off, including like the bumper. I'm going to be repairing it a long time ago. I don't even remember exactly when it happened, but I was on the freeway and it got loose, ended up hitting the ground and it broke off, or at least cracked the diffuser. And it's kind of flimsy at this point. So I need to go ahead and reinforce it. That way it doesn't potentially break in the future or get worse. So we need to go ahead and do that. It is fiberglass, so we're going to be using some fiberglass work today to go ahead and fix it. I have some stuff left over from like a previous project that I was working on, but let me show you exactly like what it is that we're going to be fixing. This side is good right here. There's nothing really wrong with it, but this side over here, we have a crack right there going all the way down. So it's like really loose and flimsy. As you guys can see right there. So when we lift it up, like this other side just completely drags down. So we need to go ahead and reinforce that. And then the bottom part, it kind of hit it right here as well. I'm just going to clean this up right here. I don't think I'm going to do anything to that because it's already pretty strong. So there's no point in really like reinforcing that bottom part because it's only like a small section. So I'll just end up cleaning it up. This is the fiberglass that we're going to be using. I'm just going to cut it into small sections. We're going to sand that down. You do need to sand it so it can grip on there really good. And then on the other side, we're going to add some like fiberglass kitty hair. Got this a long time ago. Fiberglass repair kit. And then this is the new hardener that I purchased. We're going to be mixing it in a cup. My Dremel 200 series is this one over here. I have my little blade right there to go ahead and scratch it up and scuff it up. It is going to get pretty messy when you're cutting it, so make sure you use a mask because you don't want to have fiberglass get into your lungs because it can affect you pretty badly. You can get this mask at like Home Depot, Lowe's. It's 3M. It's a good quality mask. That way it doesn't affect your lungs because trust me, you guys do not want to have any breathing problems. It just affects like your day and messes it up. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off by scuffing up the area. Alright, so here you guys can see that we applied, I would say about 3 pieces of fiberglass or cloth on there to reinforce it. So that should be good enough. We are going to have to add like a few more pieces over here as well, but I ran out of resin. A few more pieces at the top because I do want to make this look like how it used to look. The previous person had a Tomy on there and he had cut it off for some reason. So I need to try to figure out how to make a border for that. I don't really want to like fill it up because it's going to make it heavier. So we'll see how we do that right now. But we're gonna let that dry completely. It's gonna get really hard. And I did place something under it, the screwdriver. That way it can level it out for me. And then I think after that we should be good. So let's let it dry for a few hours. Alright guys, so it is drying up right now already. It's only been about 30 minutes. It's already getting like tacky. Yep, it's getting pretty strong already. And then I did do this side right here as well on the bottom. This one's still kind of wet a little bit, but it's getting there. And this doesn't take long at all. Like once you have all the stuff, this thing only took me like 30 minutes. I didn't measure anything. I just put a lot of the fiberglass resin, put some hardener, not too much. The more you add, the quicker it's gonna harden. If you're in the heat especially, it dries up really, really fast. Like within a few minutes, it can dry up. So today is the next day. It has pretty much completely dried. It's solid, strong. And then when I lift it up, you guys can see it's sturdy on there. Now we just gotta reinforce the other side, make it smooth so it looks clean. As you can see, we still have that gouge right there. Same thing at the top, sand that down. I will remove this right here because I do want to recreate this piece right here because I think it does add like some sturdiness to it as well, so it doesn't like flex as much. So we'll have to sand it down again and then go ahead and add another piece of fiberglass. After we do that, we do have to sand it down on the other side, and then we're gonna add this right here. It's Bondo glass. Got some of these to make it smooth, and then of course we have to sand it down, and then we're gonna paint it with this satin black paint. And then I got some brushes for the resin. But yeah, it's looking good so far. I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna cut that piece off, add some more, and then we'll see how it looks at the end. Alright, so this is what I did right here to try to create that borderline. Just put some cardboard, and then on the bottom I just tucked it in there. I think it is going to get stuck a little bit with the cardboard, so I'm just going to have to sand it down again either way. And after that's done, we're going to add another piece on top to reinforce it. It has dried up for the most part. It still needs some time to dry, but I'm going to go ahead and start working on the other side. So this side is already pretty good. It did make it a little bit stronger. And right here, we just sand it down as well. At any point that you apply any coat, you do have to sand it down, that way it can grip on there pretty good. I might have to sand this down a little bit more just to even it out. But yeah, I'm gonna start mixing the Bondo and just grab some cardboard to mix everything up. So right now it's just like getting the form and the shape, and after that we should pretty much be good, and then we just gotta paint it. Now it looks like a complete piece. We just gotta sand it down, of course, smoothing it down, make it look a little bit better. And then the back, same thing as well. I'm not gonna move it right now because it is drying a little bit still. I just applied it not too long ago. Yeah, still getting hard. I might have to add a little bit more once I sand it down, but for the most part, that's like pretty good. All right, now we sanded it down to a pretty good point. The back came out pretty good. I'm not gonna focus too much on the bottom just because it's not really gonna be shown. It's gonna be covered up anyway. But I do want to focus on the top a little bit more because you will be able to see this part compared to the back. So I'm gonna add some more fiberglass on the inside actually, because there's a weak point right here. As you can see, it's flexing down. So reinforcing the back and adding more on top should fix that. As you can see, it already looks a lot better. It's pretty sick. Just gotta sand it down once more. And I think we're done. I'm not gonna do too much to it anymore. It looks like a complete piece. And we just gotta paint it. If you guys can see, that looks pretty good. Still gotta sand down the back just to make it pretty close to that side. But that's easy. It looks pretty good. I'm really happy with the results so far. Alright, so let's go ahead and sand it down and then I'll show you guys what it looks like before we paint it. Alright, there you guys go. That's how we're gonna leave it. I could do more work to it to make it look a lot better, but I think we're gonna stop for right now. I think I got it to a good point where it's gonna look pretty good. Just gotta paint it now. And you can see it's a pretty big difference now, having a complete piece instead of having like a missing part right there. So I'm just pretty happy with that overall. This is my first like fiberglass project, and I think it came out pretty good for being my first time. But let's go ahead and water it down, and I'm gonna spray paint it. If I feel like some of the spots are too noticeable, like some of these right here, I'll just fill it in and fix it. But if not, I'll just leave it like that. But let's go ahead and water it down. Alright guys, so here's the final result. I apologize if I sound a little bit weird, but I am losing my voice. But I really wanted to finish this video for you guys. But this is how it's looking. This is the side that was like normal, there was nothing wrong with it. And then this is the side that we repaired. Overall, I think it came out amazing. The more time you take with it, the more time that you fill it in, sand it down, it's gonna come out a lot better. I didn't take too much time on it because I didn't really care about it looking too perfect, because you can't even see that bottom piece anyways. But the more time you take on it, the better it's gonna look. Like on this one, you can tell that it's a lot like flatter right here, and this one kind of has like a dent inside because of the crack. But if you take your time, you can make it look almost perfect or even better than how it was originally. But I'm really happy with the result. Let me pull it down so you guys can see it. So right there. And then here's the piece that we fixed. See, there's like a few blemishes, but you're not really gonna see that. The exhaust covers that up anyway. But just to make it one complete piece and it being my first time, I think it came out really good and I'm really happy with the result. Especially because I did it. I think it came out really good for being like my first project with fiberglass. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Helps you guys out if you're interested in doing something like this. I'm going to be making a video on the fog light. I have the fog light on the car, but I just never installed it. I used to have it on my old 370Z taillights, but I never wired it up to the Morimoto ones. And I'm going to be doing that within the next few videos because I'm waiting for my wing to get done. Once I install that, then I'll wire up the light as well. I would have wired it up by now, but I don't really want it to be exposed without the bumper. And I have the bumper off right now until I get my wing. But it's going to be coming very soon. It's a pretty simple process. I already have everything that I need to go ahead and install the light. I'm just waiting for my wing. In the next video with the fog light, I'm going to go ahead and install the diffuser. That way you guys can see how I installed it onto my 370Z. I made like some custom brackets for it in order for it to be mounted onto the car. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned for the next video. I'll do the fog light and then also the chassis mount wing once we get that completed. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.